Hey, it's Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and we are comparing the Dream by Ascaso with the Breville Infuser. All right, so let's start with the Ascaso Dream machine. This is an all aluminum casing, and it has a thermoblock on the inside, aluminum with stainless steel line, so your water's never going to come in touch with the aluminum. Has a 57 millimeter portafilter and comes with lots of different baskets. I've got them right here. It comes with the pressurized and non-pressurized. This is the pressurized, single and double. Comes with the non-pressurized, and it also comes with a pod filter. This is pod compatible right out of the box. Also in the box you get a tamper, nice aluminum tamper, double-ended. It comes with the Panarello steam arm already mounted on here, which means you don't have to be as precise when you're making your foam. The air will come in right here and it'll automatically incorporate into the milk. Accessory in the box. Take this off, unscrew the tip, put this on. Now you've got a traditional steam arm. Lots of people like that. You have more control over it. Scoop, also the ever famous plastic scoop that comes with every machine. This is the temperature gauge right here and the typical buttons. On-off button, steam button, and brew button, and just toggle switches. So that is the Ascaso Dream, and it also comes with the water tank that comes right out of the side like that. This one is 48 ounces. This one is 61 ounces. Let's go over to the Breville Infuser. This is an automated machine, more automated than this. This is on and off. The infuser, you can program a single and a double shot. This is not a temperature gauge. This just tells you, if it goes up into this gray zone, that the grind of your coffee is correct. And you can also program for these over here, is what this program is all about, and the power on and off. Comes with a tamper built in that magnetically sticks right up in here. Under the hood, she's got a thermocoil, which is stainless steel aligned aluminum as well. 61 ounce water tank, comes right out of the top like that with a charcoal filter. Comes with one filter in the box. Also, 53 millimeter portafilter, and drip tray right down here, and your accessory package right here. This is where all the accessories live. This one also comes with a single and a double pressurized basket, and comes with a single and a double non-pressurized basket. On both of these machines, what are you going to get from the non-pressurized versus the pressurized? The pressurized allows the grind of the coffee to not be exact. You can be a little bit off and it's going to compensate for you. Whereas when you do the non-pressurized, you want that grind coffee to be perfect, and your tamp and all that, you want it right. So it gives you versatility. You start with the pressurized, move it on up to the non-pressurized if you want to get more fussy and better shots. This one also comes with a cleaning disc, what's called the razor, which allows you to polish off the top and get rid of any excess. So it gives you a certain amount of coffee in the basket. Also, a little brush for cleaning things. And that's about it on that machine. It only comes with the traditional steam arm. Does not have the Panarello. So you're going to have your technique down pat. And it's a thermal coil, so it's going to thump, thump, thump. They both are going to do that. They don't produce steam real fast. Well, now that we've got all the stuff out on the countertop, I'm going to put it all back together. And I'm going to go get some milk, some ground coffee, and we're going to make a drink on each one of these machines. Okay, thanks for coming back. We're going to now make a drink on the infuser. And while I'm making the milk, I'm going to go over a couple of things that I forgot to talk about. This machine produces hot water right here. It also has, this is getting the thermocoil up to temperature, and it'll start thumping when it's ready. It also has autofill, which means if you take too much water out of that thermocoil, it is going to automatically put the water back in. The pump is going to kick in. That's kind of a nice feature that you get on higher end machines, but the Breville has it. Okay. I like to make my steamed milk first because I've had lots of people ask me that question. steamed milk sits and waits very patiently and doesn't degrade. It doesn't fall apart. You just have to make sure that you keep the foam incorporated into the milk by doing this. That's why you see me doing that a lot. A shot, once you make a shot, its lifespan is about 15 seconds to incorporate it with milk. Otherwise, it doesn't incorporate properly. So, for that reason, and it's easier to warm up or cool down the boiler by putting cold water through it than it is to wait for it to heat up to steam temperature. It's a faster process to use your steam first. So that's my logic. And really, it's Gail's take. These thermo blocks and thermo coils produce steam slower than a traditional boiler because the boiler has X amount of steam sitting there waiting to go. This is producing steam on the fly. This is like your hot water doodad that you have next to your sink that produces hot water on the fly. It's a lot like that. All right. That is hot, hot, hot. Always wipe it off. See, autofill. That's what I was talking about. I like to give a little squirt. It gets any milk residuals that are left in the tip out of there. I already tamped the coffee and got it ready. And so this is where the swirling comes in. You'll see that if I don't, you can see a block of foam on the top of that. If I don't keep that incorporated by giving it a good strong swirling around like this, it's all going to come to the surface, and when you pour it into your coffee, bloop. That's a new term. It's a barista term. Brand new. Bloop. That looks like wet paint to me. Looks pretty good. We started off with the milk down here and now it's up here. That's how much foam. Latte art, I heard you say it. No guarantees. No guarantees. I always try though, you know? Looks like spring. A little bit of something coming up, and it's about to take off over the side of the cup. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's get this going. Thermal coil over here. And let's do the same thing with the Ascaso Dream. We've got the coffee prepared. We used one grinder and they used different grind settings. So, you know, what are you gonna do? We got it all ready. Don't do like I do. Put a cup under there. There we go. Okay. So this is the Panarello, which is automatically going to put a lot of foam in there. And what I found is, I actually like the traditional steam arm a little bit better because you do produce quite a bit of bigger bubbles. And you really got to kind of work it by getting that hole right on the surface of the milk if you don't want real big bubbles. And so you end up kind of doing it similar than as you would with a traditional steam arm. This machine to produce hot water, you simply turn on the brew button and open up the steam knob, and instead of the water coming out of the brew head, it'll come out of the steam arm. So you can see the temperature gauge here reflects that when you're steaming, the temperature is much higher than the 204, 200 degree or so that you would be doing for brewing. So what I want to do is open this up to give it a little squirt. All right. And then also on this machine, unlike the Breville, I would take this whole sleeve off and go over to the sink and give it a squirt in the sink and wipe this off as well because there's a little milk on there. You want to keep your equipment clean. It will last so much longer. The other thing on this one, you really want to purge some water out of there because it's too hot. And multitask. Keep it moving. See that gauge is coming down? You're cooling it down more rapidly than if you did your shot first. Then you were waiting for it to get up to steam. It takes a long time. I'm going to stop that now because it always goes a little further than what the gauge reflects. See, it's still going down. Okay. Cups up here. And on top of both these machines, cup warmer, warm. It's the ambient heat from the boiler on the inside. The thermocoil, thermoblock. Thermocoil, thermoblock. I didn't do quite enough foam on this, so I'm going to almost guarantee you I'm not going to have any art. I mean, I did go from there to there. This one does not measure for you. This is volumetric. This is turn it on, turn it off. Yeah, I didn't do good on the foam, but that's my issue, not the machine. You want a sip, don't you? Nope, can't. Sorry. That would be sip-o-vision. We don't have that. That's really quite good. The taste is very similar on them. This one obviously has more foam, but I would say the outcome very similar on both machines. So, pros and cons. Volumetric control over here, auto refill. Kind of nice. Features over here that I like, the pros. I like this casing. This casing, everybody loves the looks of this machine, and they come in a couple of different colors. Check that out on our website. Both kinds of steam arm, that's a pro. The con on this one doesn't have the autofill, and it does not have the automatic volume control for your doses. This one does. I guess it's up to you. Check it out on our website. Give us a call if you have any more questions. And, you know, we're always there for you. Ring us up, email us up. Thanks a lot for watching.